welcome to another FPL Advice video. Game Week 2 is done, and thank you to West Ham players for coming in and saving me in the last fixture of the game week. I hope you guys all followed along, and I hope you guys also improved your overall ranking. Today, I wanted to discuss three things. First, we will review my Game Week 2 team. Second, we will go over a couple of the teams that I think have really good fixtures to help you make your transfers before the Game Week 3 deadline. And lastly, we will go over some potential options for transfers that I'm considering to doing with my team, and hopefully that can kind of get you guys thinking. So anyways, let's get started. So my Game Week 2 team did quite well. I got 86 points and the average was only 56, so 30 points more than the average. I'm pretty happy about that. I was shooting for 100 points, and I think I would have been able to get there if my captain got a goal or an assist. Unfortunately, I did end up captaining Fernandez, who, looking at my team, was the lowest scoring player in Game Week 2. Even Tony got 2 points, so if I captained Tony, I would have got 4. But that's okay. I got 30 points more than average, and my overall rank increased to 22,065, so best rank I've ever had. Super happy about that. I know a lot of people that are ahead of me have already used their triple captain chips and or bench boosts, so I have not done that yet, so I still have those in the bank. So I think I'm in a really good position going into Game Week 3. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below how you guys did in Game Week 2. I'm really curious on how you guys are doing, whether you guys have a similar team. Let me know what went well, what didn't, and let me know if you need any help. I will respond to every comment I get. The first team I wanted to discuss is West Ham. They are on fire. They are currently in first place. They have really good players at really good value, and I highly recommend picking up at least 1, 2, if not 3 players from West Ham into your team before Game Week 3 starts. They have really good fixtures. They have Crystal Palace at home, Southampton away, Man U. However, Man U is at home, so hopefully with the fans, West Ham is good enough to compete with Manchester United this year. So at home, that is a decent fixture as well. So then you have Leeds away and then Brentford at home. You know, I think having 2 or 3 West Ham players in your team going into these fixtures is definitely a smart move. The players you see in red are kind of players to sell or avoid. Unless you already have them and you know they're starters, I would just keep them and not waste the transfer. So if you already have Fabianski as your goalie, keep him. There's no point of transferring him out and getting one of the players in that are in green. But in case you do want to bring in any West Ham players, the ones in green are kind of the ones that I would focus on because I think that they're the best value to get your returns. Second, we have Leicester, and although they did not start off the season well, first it was with Fofana getting injured, then a 4-1 loss to West Ham, and now a red card for Perez as well. So they didn't start off well. However, I do think that the fixtures outside of Man City are looking very good. You have Norwich, Brighton, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. I think, even picking up Vardy for those next games and then maybe transferring Vardy in for Lukaku, it's an idea, right? Definitely not a bad option. Whether he performs or not, no one can predict that. But I think I would put my money on Vardy, and I think Soyuncu is great value at 5 million. I think Leicester can definitely keep a couple clean sheets in the next couple of games. So at 5 million, Soyuncu not only gives you clean sheet potential, but he also does give you set piece potential, goals and assists from corners and set pieces. So something to think about. I definitely think that their fixtures are looking good and something that you guys should consider before making your transfers. The next team I wanted to talk about is Leeds. I think most of us already have a Leeds player or 2, but in case you do not, I definitely recommend bringing in Ayling, Rafinha, or Bamford in, or Harrison or Dallas. Whichever one you think is best for your team, whichever one you can afford. I think any of those players have the potential to get you attacking returns as well as clean sheets. They have really good fixtures in the next 8 game weeks. Outside of Liverpool and West Ham, they have Burnley, Newcastle, Watford, Southampton, Wolves, and Norwich. All games I want to target, especially when Leeds is such an attacking team that we know from last year can get us goals. Bamford, it's just a matter of time until he starts getting returns and goals. He was a runner for top scorer last year, and I think he can continue to do that. It's just these games were waiting for him, and now they're here, and it's time to pick up Bamford and Rafinha, or Bamford or Rafinha. The last two teams I wanted to talk about is Manchester United and Everton. Another two teams with really good fixtures and really good players. I have not given up on Man U yet, especially when it comes to clean sheets. I have Shaw on my team right now, and I'm not looking at getting rid of him. Although he hasn't kept a clean sheet for me, I think it's just time. I think if he does not keep a clean sheet against Wolves or Newcastle, I might then start considering bringing him out and getting a different player, because then I'll be convinced that maybe Man U defensively are not as good as I thought they were. But attacking, I definitely think you should have Fernandes, Greenwood, Sancho, or Pogba in your team. They are going to continue to score goals, especially against the teams that they're playing. So you definitely want to have them in your team. Everton, another team that I think are worth taking a look at and worth considering bringing in players from their team. The two players that I have my mind on right now is Dominic Calvert-Lewin and also Digne from Everton. I think they have potential to get a lot of points, especially in the first 4 game weeks that I have listed. Brighton, Burnley, Villa, and Norwich. It doesn't get better than that. So another team that I'm taking a look at, and I think you guys should consider when you're making your transfers. All right, you guys, and before we get to the most exciting part of the video, the potential transfers that I'm considering on making before the Gameweek 3 deadline, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video and being here with me. If you wouldn't mind, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I am a few subscribers away from reaching my first goal of 100 subscribers. I'm hoping I can get that done by the end of this video. So please like and comment and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean the world to me. First potential transfer is Tsimikas out for Livramento. The only reason I'm considering doing this is to not throw away a transfer. This would allow me to have 2 transfers before Game Week 4. And in Game Week 4, I know I want to get Ings out for another 7.5, 8 million striker. So this kind of allows me to have 2 transfers next week. And I know that I don't want to double up on Liverpool defense regardless whether I have Tsimikas or not, because they're playing Chelsea, and if I have Trent in my team, there's no way I'm going to double up on Liverpool defense. So that's option 1. Option 2, we have Brownhill and Trent out for Rafinha and Soyuncu. This really comes down to, can Rafinha and Soyuncu get me more points than Trent in the next 5 game weeks? I think the answer to that is yes. However, that's 2 players getting you the same amount of points for 1 player that costs a lot more. So, pick your battle. I'm scared going into Game Week 3 without Trent, especially because out of the blue he can have 2 assists against Chelsea, and the next thing you know, I regret this decision. He's a player that can get you 10, 15 points out of nowhere as a defender. So I like having him in my team at all times. I know if I do go with this option, he'll be back in my team regardless at some point. So why make this transfer? But I think it is a good option, and it allows you to get Rafinha and Soyuncu. Rafinha, as we've discussed already, Leeds have really good fixtures, as well as Leicester. So I think this is a good option. I'm not sure if it's the one that I'll make, but just throwing that out there for you guys to kind of get you guys thinking. The third option would be to transfer out Brownhill and Fernandes and transfer in Rafinha and Son. I really like this option because it allows me to bring in 2 really good attacking players who I know will get attacking returns. And they have really good fixtures. And I do think that collectively they can bring me more points than Fernandes. And Son does rotate captaincy with Salah extremely well. So that kind of helps me make, not have an extra decision to make every single game week, because I already know that each week they kind of rotate and who's going to get a captain band for each game week. So this is a great option. I think you guys should consider this, especially if you have a 4.5 million midfielder in your team. All right, you guys, we're down to the last option, but before we get there, if you wouldn't mind, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean the world to me. My personal goal was to reach 100 subscribers when I first started. This is my 3rd video and I'm almost there. I really hope I can get there after this video. So if you guys wouldn't mind, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment down below. I appreciate you all, and let's get to the final potential transfer. So to finish off the video, my last potential transfer option is to transfer out Fernandes and Toney and transfer in Son and Bamford or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I really like this option. It does use up 2 of my transfers. However, I do think that Son will perform just as well as Fernandes, and I definitely think that Bamford and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whichever one I decide to go with, will outperform Toney. They have really good fixtures and they're already, scoring goals. I think Bamford, actually no, I take that back. Bamford has not scored any goals yet, but Bamford, will. He was in the run for a top scorer last year. It's just a matter of time. He was waiting for the right fixtures, and they're finally here. So I think both are a very good option. This is all I have for you today. Let me know down in the comments below which transfer option you like the most, what you're considering on doing before the Gameweek 3 deadline. Again, thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Best of luck in Gameweek 3, and I will see you next time.